In this video, I will talk a little about humanity's origins and evolutionary potential. Nothing much to see, just audio. Humans were not supposed to praise and devote themselves to gods and deities, but rather evolve their soul to become them. Modern humans did not evolve from apes like is taught by academia. Evolution does exist on a small scale. Changes in traits, genetics, and alleles can be observed over generations. As for the case of one species evolving into something completely different, such as a single-celled organism transforming into a human being over the course of billions of years, seems to be more rooted in fiction and speculation rather than reality. The Anunnaki are descendants of the Alpha Draconian reptilians, who came to Earth, proclaimed themselves as gods, and used Kabbalistic black magic to enslave the human race. They cut themselves off from the source of all creation, and thus their ability to produce their own energy and life force. By necessity, they became parasites and crafted a pecuniary system to control other beings, where they voluntarily exchanged their labor and energy for money. People are not meant to worship gods and deities, but rather embody certain characteristics and frequencies to evolve their soul into a higher state of awareness. There are three potential evolutionary paths for a human soul: that of a demon, god, or an angel. It seems these days many people, particularly those running around on the world stage, choose the demonic path of service to self at the expense of others. If a person doesn't reach a certain level of consciousness at death, they will be recycled back into this matrix. Since the negative factions of extraterrestrials and their hybrid offspring invaded this world, they have erased and rewritten history and done everything in their power to keep humanity from evolving and ascending out of this matrix. They have infiltrated governments, secret societies, academia, organized religion, medicine, the military, food and agriculture, the media, and other control systems. They have also modified and censored many spiritual teachings to suit their agenda of domination and control. People who follow one of the Abrahamic religions have no idea what they're actually worshiping. The original human avatar blueprint contained 12 strands of DNA. Since then, 10 were deactivated and labeled by academia as junk DNA. People once had advanced telepathic, telekinetic, and spiritual abilities. Bodies stopped aging after adulthood and were immune to disease and degradation. People were also able to heal and regenerate their bodies entirely. To corrupt human DNA and to deactivate higher strands, the Anunnaki introduced primate DNA from the rhesus monkey via genetic engineering and fused together chromosomes, deactivating the higher strands. Human bodies were essentially redesigned to be dependent on civilization and technology to survive. To have access to those things, you need money. To attain money, you need to train your time, energy, and life force. There have been multiple resets throughout history and multiple species of humanoid. The Anunnaki also like to run genetic experiments. While creating their ideal slave race, they went through multiple versions before they decided on Homo sapiens. There were all kinds of things around at that time that seemed like they came from a fantasy novel. Giants, fairy tale creatures. If someone could imagine it and put enough energy behind their thought, then it would manifest. Physical matter is governed by physical laws. And the higher the vibration of the Earth matrix, the more malleable those laws become. Ascended masters and other spiritually advanced beings can dematerialize and rematerialize solid matter without taking any physical action, using only thought. They could create bodies for themselves and inhabit those bodies and alter their physical form at will. At higher dimensions, such abilities are common, but not here in the third dimension. Saturn is what crystallizes etheric matter into a fixed physical form. The group that has enslaved humanity worships Saturn, among other deities. This world is not devoid of resources, and there exists an infinite sea of potential universes. Yet most people are unable to free themselves from recycling into this realm or find lasting fulfillment in life.